A few months back, I looked at the history of Sonic Funko Pops, in which I looked at all the Sonic products Funko has made at that time. But since then, there's been a decent amount of releases, and I do have to admit that video kinda sucked. So I'm going to redo that video, along with cover the new things Funko has made. So before that, let me introduce Funko. Funko is an American toy company that started making Sonic products in 2010, starting with their Wacky Wobblers line. Then afterwards would start making their famous Sonic Funko Pops. So with that being said, let's go. In 2010, Funko released their set of Sonic Bubbleheads, or I'm sorry, Wacky Wobblers. They made 3 characters being Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. The molds they used were pretty okay. The Sonic and Tails are decent, but I do have to say I really like this Knuckles. I don't know why, but it reminds me of classic Knuckles, which I like. Though the mold is good, I have seen some painting issues, but most look fine. The packaging these came in I really like. I have to give it to Funko since I really like their packaging designs. On the top front there's a Wacky Wobbler logo, then on the bottom there's a Sonic logo, along with the character's name and their artwork. On the bottom there's some information. Then on the side there's a Sonic logo, and a character in a circle with stars that I really like. And the bottom and the back are pretty much the same, but these aren't really that bad. In fact, I'd say they're pretty good. But in 3 years they would introduce the famous line. In 2013, Funko released their first set of Sonic Funko Pops, being some of the first characters in the Pop line. And they really show because these look really bad. They all have this power stance that just looks goofy. Well, Tails is decent, but it still looks so off. Although, the most notable problem that causes these to look so bad, however, is the eyes. For some reason, they're white, and it's just the pupil with no eyeball. I mean, at least he has an expression. Oh wait, yeah, that's just for Sonic. Tails and Knuckles are just blank, and their eyes are the right color. I mean, Tails just... and Knuckles is giving Megamind a run for his money. These are just so weird, and I'm so glad they improved extremely with the next set. So let's see it. The next set will come out a few years later, and I have to say these look great. First, let's talk about the packaging, since I actually own one new in the box. On the side there's a much better piece of artwork compared to the last, and the bottom has a stretched out yellow and orange checkered pattern, and the top stayed pretty much the same. On the left side there's a full piece of the artwork, along with the character's name and the continued background. The right side looks great, and it's pretty much the same as the top. And then lastly, the back shows all the pops in the set along with their numbers. Okay, now let's talk about the pops. They made Sonic with a ring that looks pretty good. But then there's a Toys R Us exclusive glow-in-the-dark Sonic. It was the same as the last, but now it just glows. Next there was this cool pack that had a nice looking shirt, and a metallic variant of the ring Sonic. They came in this cool Sonic arcade box. Next there was, you guessed it, another Sonic. But now he's holding a green Chaos Emerald. But then there's a Shadow that I own. And then there was an E3 2018 exclusive Super Shadow. It's the same as the last Shadow, but now he's yellow, even though he's the right color on the box. And then there was an Eggman that looks really good. I like how they utilized the eye gimmick and turned it into his glasses. And then there was a GameStop exclusive Super Sonic with yet again another ring. And then my favorite here, the Hot Topic exclusive Shadow with a Dark Chow. Oh wait, did I say Dark Chow? No, I meant Shadow Chow. And then lastly, there's a Sonic Funko cereal that came with a mini Funko Pop. This was also a GameStop exclusive. In 2020, there was a lone release that was a Comic-Con exclusive. It was a 2-pack of Super Tails in silver. These are great, and I find it cool Super Tails actually got a piece of merchandise. For the 30th anniversary, there was a couple of releases. There was a classic Sonic doing the Super Peel Out, and I really liked the way they did it using a translucent red. And then there was a flocked version of it. There was a silver that looked nice. And then there was a glow-in-the-dark Hot Topic exclusive silver, and a flocked Target Con Tails that looks outstanding. And then there was a GameStop exclusive Sonic 2 game cover that had a posed classic Sonic. Something that's really cool about this is the borders on the side. There was 2 releases of this that had both the American and European versions of the box, with the European one being yellow and the other having black. Then there was a flocked Target Con Knuckles that I actually own. And then also a Werehog that looks pretty cool. Then there's a glow-in-the-dark Comic Con Classic Super Sonic. And then that again, but now for the 2022 Summer Convention. Okay, now for the new things that I didn't talk about in the last video. There's a 2-pack of Super Shadow and a normal Shadow, with the Super Shadow being a glow-in-the-dark variant. Then there's an Amy with a Pico Pico hammer. Then there's a Metal Sonic that I yet again own. And then there's a really cool PX Previews exclusive Ring Scatter Sonic, with the figure being on a pixelated version of Green Hill. Then there's an AAA anime exclusive Super Sonic. Then a gold glitter variant. Then there's Eggman and his Eggmobile that I have. And then a flocked 2-pack of Shadow and Amy. Then a 2-pack of Knuckles and Rouge. And lastly there's a pack that had a shirt and Shadow with a green Chaos Emerald. There are other things Funko has made to have Sonic on it. Things like the Sonic with a ring keychain, the Sonic Pez, and then lastly the Sonic and Tails soda figures that had a 1 in 6 chance of being flocked. To put it short, Funko is an American toy company that has produced decent quality figures and other things since 2010. If you liked the video, then thank you so much. I do have to say school is sadly going to start soon, so the upload schedule is going to slow down. So instead of getting 3 or 4 videos a month, it's going to drop down to 2 or most likely 1. But if I have any free time, I'll for sure make a video. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.